Stop scrolling right now, because this is not just another 25-cent coin. This is a 2001 Rhode Island state quarter, and most people think it is completely normal. But there is something about it that makes collectors check it twice. And if you miss that detail, you might miss the whole point of this coin. So stay till the end, because what you think about this coin might change completely. Now, look at this coin carefully. At first glance, it looks simple. A standard U.S. state quarter. Nothing special, nothing rare, just another coin from circulation. But here is where most people get it wrong, because this coin is not just money. It is part of a full historical series, the United States State Quarters Program, which ran state by state, and each coin tells a different story. Now, Rhode Island is one of the smallest states in the U.S., but its design carries something symbolic. It represents sailing culture, ocean heritage, and freedom on water. Now pause for a second, because here is the first important question. If millions of coins exist like this, then why do collectors still check them carefully? The answer is not rarity. It is condition plus variation plus possibility. Now let's go deeper, because this is where attention usually drops in normal videos. But we are going to change that. Imagine holding this coin under light, rotating it slowly, looking at every edge, every line, every symbol, because sometimes even modern coins can have small variations, not always rare, but sometimes interesting enough to study. Now here is something most people don't realize. Most state quarters are common, but collectors still check them for one reason, because errors, mint marks, or high-grade conditions can change perception. Now let's talk about value reality. In normal circulated condition, this coin is still 25 cents. No hidden million-dollar surprise here. But if the coin is uncirculated, sharp, clean, and stored properly, it can have a small collector premium. Not huge, but noticeable in full sets. Now here comes the interesting part. Collectors don't collect just one coin. They collect the full State Quarters series, and Rhode Island is just one piece of that puzzle. Now ask yourself this: if one piece is missing from a full collection, does the collection feel complete? That is where demand psychology comes in, and that is what keeps these coins relevant. Now, before I tell you the final insight, there is something you should understand. Most people think modern coins are useless, but collectors think differently. They think in systems, series, and completeness, and that changes everything. So now, the question is simple. Is this just another 25-cent coin? Now, if you are still watching this, that means something about this coin has already caught your attention. And that is exactly how collecting starts. Not with value, but with curiosity. Now let's go deeper into this 2001 Rhode Island State Quarter, because there is more to understand than what most people realize. Most people see coins like this and immediately assume it's just 25 cents, nothing special. And in most everyday cases, they are not wrong, because yes, this coin was mass-produced and millions of pieces entered circulation. But here is where collectors think differently. They don't ask, is it rare? At first, they ask, is it interesting in any way? And that small shift changes everything. Even though this coin is modern, it is part of a structured historical program. The State Quarters series was not random. Each state had its own identity, its own design story, its own symbolism. And Rhode Island represents something very specific, a deep connection to water, sailing, and coastal life. That means this coin is not just metal. It is a visual representation of a place and culture, and that is why collectors still keep them in sets. Now let's be very clear here. In normal circulated condition, this coin remains face value, 5 cents only. No hidden million-dollar scenario. No unrealistic auction fantasy, because that is not how modern state quarters work in real market reality. But here is where a small shift happens. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, no wear, no scratches, original mint shine, then collectors may pay a small premium, especially when completing full sets, because value increases when demand is for completeness, not just rarity. Now let's think like a real collector, not someone looking for rich, quick coins, but someone building a full collection. If you are collecting all 50 state quarters, then missing even one coin breaks the set, and that creates demand, not because the coin is rare, but because it is needed, and need is powerful in collecting markets. Now suddenly, a coin that looked ordinary becomes important, not because it is rare, but because it completes something bigger. What collectors actually check. Now here is what most beginners don't know. Collectors don't only look at date or design. They look at small details like mint mark, strike quality, surface condition luster, and sometimes even minor errors. But in this specific series, true valuable errors are very rare, and that is why most coins stay in the common category. However, collectors still inspect them carefully because even a small variation can change classification. So when you look at this 2001 Rhode Island quarter now, you should not only see a coin, you should see a system, a full series, a collection structure, and a small part of a bigger story, because in modern coin collecting, most value does not come from one coin. It comes from completing the journey. Now, the real question is this: if this coin is just one piece of a 50-state story, then what makes the next state more interesting than this one? Because the next coin in this series has its own story too. And that is where things start to get even more interesting. Stop right there, because this coin might look like just another quarter, but it is actually part of the America the Beautiful series, a 2019 River of No Return Wilderness Quarter. And at first glance, it feels completely normal. But when you look closer, the story behind it becomes far more interesting, because sometimes even modern coins can surprise you. So before you ignore it, watch this carefully. Now take a closer look at this coin. On the reverse side, you can see a boat moving through a wild river, surrounded by rugged mountains and untouched nature. This design represents the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho, one of the largest protected wilderness areas in the United States. And that is what makes this coin different, because it is not just money. It represents history, geography, and natural beauty. Now, here is something important. Millions of these coins were produced in 2019, which means they are still very common in circulation. But collectors don't just look at how many exist. They look at condition and uniqueness. Now imagine holding this coin under light, looking at every detail, the water lines, the boat, the mountains, because even small design details can matter. Now let's talk about value, because this is where most people get confused. In normal circulated condition, this coin is worth only 25 cents. But if the coin is uncirculated, sharp, clean, and well preserved, it can carry a small collector premium. Now here is where things get interesting. Some versions were also produced as 5-ounce silver bullion coins, which are completely different from regular quarters. Those are larger, heavier, and made of silver, and naturally, they hold much higher value due to metal content and collector demand. Now think about this carefully. Two coins can look similar in design, but their value can be completely different depending on type, condition, and composition, and that is where most beginners get confused. Now let's go deeper, because this is where real understanding begins. Collectors don't just collect coins, they collect stories. And this coin carries a story of wilderness, exploration, and natural history. Now imagine a full America the Beautiful collection, each coin representing a different state, different location, different story, and this Idaho quarter becomes part of something bigger. Now here is the reality. This coin is not rare in circulation. It is not a mint error, and it is not a $1 million coin. But it still has collector value in the right condition, especially if it is uncirculated or part of a complete set. Now, think like a collector. Would you keep just one coin, or try to collect the entire series, because that is where real value builds? Through completeness, not just rarity. So next time you see a modern quarter, don't ignore it, because even a simple coin can carry a powerful story. And sometimes that story is what makes it worth keeping. Subscribe for more coin breakdowns, and tell me which coin I should analyze next. Stop right there, because this coin you're about to see is not just a normal quarter. It's a 2021 United States quarter, featuring one of the most powerful historical moments ever captured on a coin: George Washington crossing the Delaware River. But here's the shocking part. Under extremely rare conditions, coins like this have the potential to reach values up to $4.2 million. Yes, a single quarter. So don't skip this video, because one tiny detail could completely change everything. Now take a closer look at this coin. At first glance, it looks modern, clean, ordinary. Just another quarter you might find in your pocket. But the truth is, modern coins are the most ignored, and sometimes the most ignored coins hide the biggest surprises. Now this is the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter, a design that represents one of the most important moments in American history, when George Washington led his army across the Delaware River on a freezing night. A moment of courage, a moment of strategy, a moment that changed history. And now, that same moment is captured on a small piece of metal. But here's where things start getting interesting, because coins are not just about history. They are about details. Tiny details. Details that most people never notice. Now imagine holding this coin in your hand. You look at it casually, and then you move on. But a collector does something different. They pause. They observe. They examine every line, every edge, every surface, because they know something most people don't. Value is hidden in details. Now let's talk about what actually makes a coin like this valuable, because not every 2021 quarter is special. Most of them are only worth their face value, 25 cents. But in extremely rare cases, when a coin has a mint error, or an unusual strike, or a unique variation, that's when everything changes. Now, imagine a coin where the design is slightly off, or the strike is unusually strong, or some detail appears doubled. These are the things collectors look for. Now combine that with perfect condition, no scratches, no wear, sharp details, and suddenly that coin is no longer ordinary. Now it becomes rare. Now it becomes desirable. Now it becomes valuable. And in extremely rare, one-of-a-kind scenarios, coins like this have reached values up to $4.2 million. But remember, this only happens when everything aligns perfectly. The rarity, the condition, the certification, and the demand. Now think about this. How many modern coins do you have right now? How many have you never checked properly because they look too new, too common, too ordinary? And that is exactly why people miss opportunities, because they assume value only exists in old things. But sometimes the newest coins hide the biggest surprises. Now, as we move forward, we're going to go deeper into how to actually identify if your coin has something special, what signs to look for, and how collectors turn simple coins into valuable discoveries. So stay with me, because what comes next might completely change how you see your coins. Now, this is where everything becomes more serious, because up until now, you've only seen what this coin looks like. But the real question is, how does a modern coin go from just 25 cents to something collectors could value at thousands, or even more in extreme cases? And the answer is not simple. It's hidden in details that most people never notice. Now, imagine this. You take this 2021 quarter and place it under strong light. You rotate it slowly, and instead of just looking, you start observing, because observation is where discovery begins. Now, focus on the design. George Washington, standing strong, crossing the Delaware River. Every line, every edge, every texture is carefully struck. But what if something is slightly off? What if one line looks thicker than usual? What if a part of the design looks doubled? What if the alignment is not perfect? These are the kinds of details that change everything. Now let's talk about mint errors in a deeper way, because this is where real collectors pay attention. Mint errors are not damage. They are not scratches. They are not wear. They are mistakes that happened during production. And those mistakes are what create uniqueness. Now imagine a coin that was struck slightly off-center, or a coin where the die created a doubled effect, or a coin where the pressure created an unusually sharp strike. These are rare, and rarity creates demand. Now combine that with condition, because condition is just as important as rarity. A coin that is damaged loses value, but a coin that is preserved perfectly becomes something collectors fight over. Now imagine your coin. No scratches, no wear, clean edges, sharp details, almost like it just came out of the mint. That is what collectors call high-grade condition, and high-grade coins are always more valuable. Now let's take this even further, because finding a rare coin is one thing, but proving it is something else. And this is where certification comes in, because in the world of coins, trust is everything. Anyone can say their coin is rare, but only certification makes it official. Professional grading services examine the coin. They verify its authenticity. They check for real mint errors. They assign a grade, and that grade becomes the coin's identity in the market. Now imagine your 2021 quarter going through this process, being verified, being graded, being recognized. Now it is no longer just a coin in your hand. Now it is part of the collector market. Now let's talk about demand, because demand is what turns rarity into money. When collectors want something rare, they compete, and competition increases value. Now imagine an auction. A rare coin appears. Collectors are watching closely. The bidding starts, slow at first, then faster, then intense. Each bid pushing the value higher, each moment increasing tension. And suddenly, a coin that once looked ordinary becomes something extraordinary. Now in extremely rare, one-of-a-kind scenarios, where a coin has a genuine mint error, perfect condition, and strong demand. Coins in similar categories have reached values up to $4.2 million. But remember, this is not common. This is not guaranteed. This is the extreme top level, where everything aligns perfectly. Now let's bring this back to you, because this is where it becomes personal. How many coins do you have right now? How many modern coins have you ignored because they looked too new, too common, too ordinary? And that is exactly why people miss opportunities, because they assume value only exists in old coins. But sometimes the newest coins are the least checked, and that is where surprises hide. Now imagine starting today, taking your coins, looking at them carefully, checking for small differences, learning what to look for, because every expert started exactly like this, with curiosity, with patience, with attention to detail. Now think about the feeling of finding something rare, something unexpected, something valuable. That feeling is powerful, and it is exactly what drives collectors. Now, as we move towards the end, remember this one thing. This coin is not just about money, it is about awareness. It is about understanding that value is hidden, not obvious, because the world is full of things that look ordinary, but only a few people take the time to look deeper. And those are the people who discover real opportunities. So don't ignore your coins. Check them carefully, because one small detail, one careful look, one moment of curiosity could lead to something extraordinary.
If you watch this full video, there is a real chance you will never look at coins the same way again, and that one small change might actually affect your decisions. Now don't skip this moment, because what I'm about to show you looks completely normal, and that is exactly why it becomes dangerous to ignore. Look at this coin. A simple quarter. A design you've probably seen before, a boat sailing on water. A bridge in the background. Nothing unusual. Nothing rare. Just 25 cents. But wait, before you decide that, look again, because this is where most people fail. They look once, they decide quickly, and they move on. But what if that first decision is wrong? Because this coin is not just any quarter. This is the 2001 Rhode Island State Quarter, part of the famous 50-state series, a coin that millions of people have touched, used, ignored. And that is where the real story begins, because coins like this don't stand out. They blend in. Now think about that. If something blends in perfectly, how would you ever notice it? You wouldn't. And that is exactly why coins like this remain undiscovered. Now here's something most people never think about. Just because a coin is common does not mean every version of it is the same. And that one idea changes everything. Now imagine holding this coin in your hand. You look at the design, the boat, the water, the bridge. Everything looks clean. Everything looks perfect. But here's the problem. Perfect is not always normal. Sometimes perfect is rare. And sometimes imperfect is rare. And that's where confusion begins. Because now you don't know what you're looking for. And that is exactly the trap. Now let me slow this down, because this part matters. Coins are not judged by how they look at first glance. They are judged by details. Tiny details. Details that your eyes are not trained to see. And that is why most people miss everything. Now think about the number again. Hundreds of millions of these coins were produced. So logically, it should be completely worthless. But here is where logic breaks. Because even in massive production, small differences happen. And those differences are where value starts. Now imagine two coins. Same year, same design, same everything. But one has a slightly sharper strike. One has a cleaner surface. One has a detail that stands out just a little more. That one coin becomes different. And difference is where collectors focus. Now here is the part that makes this uncomfortable. Because if this is true, that means you may have already held something important and never noticed. Now stop for a second. Think about how many coins you have spent without checking. That number is probably bigger than you think. And that is the real mystery. Not the coin itself, but how often we ignore things. Now look back at this coin again. The boat, still there. The bridge, still there. Nothing changed. But your perspective just did. And that is where everything begins. Now here is where everything starts to feel different. Because up until now, you were just looking at a coin. But now, you are questioning it. And that is exactly where things change. Because once you start questioning something simple, it stops being simple. Now bring your focus back to the 2001 Rhode Island quarter. Look at it again. But this time, don't look at the whole coin. Focus on small details. The edges, the sharpness, the surface, the tiny reflections of light, because this is where the real difference hides. Now here is something most people never realize. Coins are not just objects. They are results. Results of pressure, metal, timing, alignment. And when all of those things are slightly off, even by a fraction, something different is created. But here is the twist. That difference is not always visible to everyone. Only to the person who is actually looking. Now imagine this. Two people holding the same coin. One sees nothing. The other sees something. Same coin, different result? Why? Because one person looked deeper. Now, this is where it becomes interesting. Because collectors don't search for coins. They search for differences. And differences are never loud. They are quiet, hidden, subtle. Now think about this. If something is subtle, most people will never notice it. And if most people never notice it, it stays rare. Now this is where the number comes in. You heard earlier, around $4,700,000. Now stop right there. Because this is where people get it wrong. They hear a number, and they stop thinking. But you are not doing that. You are asking, why? And that question is more important than the number itself. Because value is not random. It is earned. Now let's connect everything. Mass production. Common design. Millions of coins. But still, a small number of coins become different. And that small number is where attention goes. Now imagine if one of those differences existed here. On this coin, would you see it? Or would you miss it? Because that is the real test. Not finding coins, but recognizing them. Now here is the psychological shift. Before this video, you saw coins as money. After this, you start seeing them as possibilities. And that changes behavior. Now you don't just spend coins. You check them, you pause, you look closer. And that one small habit is what separates everyone. Now bring everything together. A simple 2001 quarter. A design everyone knows. A coin everyone ignores. But now, not you? Because now, you understand something others don't. Value is not always visible. It is hidden in details. Now here is the final question. How many coins have you already missed? And how many are still waiting? Because that answer might be more important than the coin itself. So next time you see this coin, don't rush. Don't assume. Don't ignore. Look at it. Check it. Think about it. Because sometimes the smallest detail changes everything. And the next coin you find might not be as ordinary as it seems.
This is not just a coin sitting in your hand. This is something that looks completely normal at first sight but has created massive curiosity across collectors and viewers worldwide. Some people even claim this small coin can be worth up to $500,000. Sees you heard it right, half $1 million for a single quarter coin. But before you believe anything, you need to understand something very important. First, not every coin is valuable. Not every old coin is rare. In fact, most coins you find in circulation are only worth their face value. Only a very small percentage of coins with rare mint errors or special conditions can reach extremely high prices in collector markets. Keep this in mind while watching this video because this truth is very important for beginners. Now let's go deeper. This is the 1999 Delaware State Quarter's very first release in the United States 50 State Quarters program. When this program started, millions of coins were released into circulation. People use them every day without realizing any historical importance. It was just 25 cents. Simple everyday money, but history often hides value in ordinary things. Now look closely at the design in your Minda rider on a horse, strong, determined, moving forward. This represents Caesar Rodney, a man known in American history for his sacrifice during the American Revolution, was reportedly suffering from severe illness, yet he traveled long distances on horseback just to cast a vote for independence. If single act became part of American history, and that is why Delaware is known as the first state, because it was the first state to ratify the United States Constitution. So this coin is not just metal, it represents courage, history, and national identity. But now let us enter the part that made this coin viral online. Mystery claims over time, collectors started noticing something interesting. Some coins from this series may contain mint errors. Now here is a very important explanation for beginners. Mint errors are small mistakes that happen during coin production. These can include slight misprints, double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual surface variations. Most of the time these errors are extremely small and not visible to untrained eyes. Professional Coin graders use magnification tools and expert analysis, and here is the key point. You must understand clearly not every coin has errors, and not every error increases value. Only specific rare errors combined with good condition can create high collector value. This is why coin collecting is a specialized field. No coming back to the internet claims. Some online sources and videos suggest that certain rare versions of the 1999 Delaware quarter could reach values as high as $500,000. However, this is not a standard or common market value. Such prices would only apply in extremely rare and unusual case, and only if a coin has verified high-level mint errors and perfect grading. Most coins from this series are still very common today, and in normal circulated condition they remain worth only 25 cents. This is an important reality check because in the online world many videos exaggerate values for attention, and that is why it is important to understand the difference between viral claims and real collector market facts. No, thus pause for a moment and make something very clear. Not every old coin is rare, and not every rare-sounding claim is truly certified. Mint errors or highly graded uncirculated coins can reach premium collector prices. This is the truth that many beginners do not know, and this is why education in coin collecting is important. Now let us continue. In the front design of this coin you see Caesar Rodney riding a horse. The engraving shows motion, strength, and determination represent a critical moment in American history. You also see the words "the first state," referring to Delaware being the first state to join the United States Constitution, and the year 1999 marking the release of this coin. In the state quarters program, every detail was designed with historical meaning. Now imagine this: what if someone actually finds a rare mint error version of this coin? Maybe a double strike, maybe an off-center printer, a unique production variation. In the world of collector's discoveries can create huge interest because rarity is the key factor in value and imagination alone. No, and let's talk about why people get so excited about coins like this. It is simple psychology. When people hear words like rare, valuable, or hidden treasure, their attention instantly increases. It creates curiosity and emotional engagement, and this Delaware quarter became part of that viral trend. But again, let us stay grounded in reality. Most coins are not rare. Most coins are not valuable beyond face value, and only a small percentage become collector items. This is something every viewer should remember. Now let us go deeper into collector mindset. Coin collectors do not just look at money value. They look at history. Look at condition. Look at rarity, and they look at uniqueness to them. Every coin tells a story, and this Delaware quarter tells a powerful story of sacrifice and independence. Even if it is not worth thousands of dollars, it still holds historical significance. Now let us bring this back to you. If you have old coins at home, do not assume they are valuable automatically. Also, do not ignore them completely. Take a closer look, check details carefully, and observe condition. Messer discoveries do happen, but only in very specific cases. No, once again, let us be very clear. The idea that every Delaware 1999 quarter is worth $500,000 is not accurately. Extremely rare mint error coins in perfect condition could potentially reach high collector value. This is the honest reality of coin collecting, and it is important to understand this so you do not get misled by viral claims. Now let us end with the main idea of this video. Every coin has a story, but not every coin has high value. Rarity, condition, and verified errors are the real factors that determine worth, and that is what makes coin collecting so interesting. Sometimes the smallest detail can change everything. No, the final question is simple: will you check your coins more carefully after this? Because maybe, just maybe, something you already have it could be more interesting than you ever imagined. If you thought the story ended in part 1, then you are completely wrong, because what you are about to hear now is the part that most people never talk about, and this is where things get even more interesting. This is where collectors start paying attention and beginners start checking their pockets again, because some a simple coin story turns into something much deeper. Now let us continue. 1999 Delaware state quarter looks simple at first sight, but in the world of coin collecting, simple-looking coins are often the most misunderstood. Base value is not always visible. Light is hidden in details, and that is where the real game begins. No, imagine this for a moment: you are holding the same coin, some year, but to different people. Look at a tone. Person sees 25 cents, another person sees a potential rare collectible. Is that because knowledge changes perception? And in coin collecting, knowledge is everything. Now let us go deeper into something very important: the idea of mint errors. In part 1 we talked about it briefly, but now let us understand it in a more serious way. Mint errors are not rare by accident alone. They are production mistakes that escape quality control. But here is the key point: most mint errors are minor and do not increase value significantly. Certain types of errors combined with rarity and condition can Create high demand in the collector market, and that is where things get interesting. The internet often exaggerates this concept too. We'll see videos claiming massive values for almost every coin with a small imperfection, but in reality the coin market is much more disciplined. Experts grade coins carefully and assign value based on strict standards. No, here comes the shocking part. Even among collectors, many coins that are hyped online actually sell for very low price, sometimes only a few dollars, only a few cents above face value. This is why understanding the truth is important. Misinformation spreads faster than facts. No, let's talk about something even more powerful: psychology of coin hunting. Why do people suddenly start checking coins? Why do viral videos trigger so much attention? The answer is simple. People hope that something ordinary might be extraordinary. At a coin sitting in a drawer might change someone's financial situation, and that emotional trigger is extremely powerful. No, let us come back to reality again. 1999 Delaware State Quarter is still a mass-produced coin. Millions exist today, and most are still in circulation or stored in collections. So statistically speaking, the chance of finding a rare high value version is extremely low, but not impossible. That not impossible part is what keeps people searching. Now, let us talk about real collector behavior. Serious collectors do not rely on high PV, rely on grading systems. Companies like professional coin grading service loot coins based on condition scale from poor to perfect mints. That even a slight difference in condition can change value significantly. A coin graded MS70 is extremely rare, while MS60 or lower is common, and that grading system is what determines real market value. And at internet remorse. No, us make something very clear again: most coins you will find in everyday life are not rare, and most coins shown in viral videos do not match real auction results. This is why education is important in this field, because without knowledge it is easy to get misled. Stop, don't scroll. You are about to see a coin that can shock collectors. 2015 Kisatchie National Forest Quarter. Blue color shines vividly. A wild turkey in flight dominates the scene. Long leaf pines stand tall in the background. Grass waves gently. Details are mesmerizing. It is part of the America the Beautiful series. Highly collected. Most people see it as ordinary. But this coin is not ordinary. Every collector dreams of finding one like this. Its design is perfect, but perfection sometimes hides anomalies. Near the turkey's feet, collectors search for die chips. Tiny mistakes in minting create treasures. Mint errors can make coins worth millions, yes millions, in rare cases. This quarter could reach $8,700,000. Most people don't even check their coins. They pass them around. They spend them. They ignore hidden secrets, but you are paying attention. And that makes all the difference. Imagine holding it in your hand. Blue coloring catches light. It feels alive. The turkey seems to move. Collectors are obsessed with these details. Every feather matters. Every blade of grass, every background tree. Tiny anomalies become major discoveries. Minting is precise. Machines strike thousands per minute. But no machine is perfect. Errors happen. Rare errors create legends. You might already own one, hidden in a jar. Buried among ordinary quarters, years of circulation cannot hide its uniqueness. Collectors would pay millions to acquire this coin. They would recognize its rarity instantly. Blue color is unusual, not from oxidation, not from dirt. It is vivid, striking, attention-grabbing. Some consider it the holy grail of the series. Every collector knows its potential. The America the Beautiful quarters are highly sought. But the Kisatchie quarter stands apart. Design is detailed, intricately crafted. From the wild turkey to the long leaf pines, each element tells a story, and anomalies add another layer. Imagine spotting a die chip near the turkey's feet. Experts immediately notice. Appraisers verify. Auction houses compete. And suddenly a 25-cent coin becomes worth millions. $8,700,000 possible. Not exaggeration. This is the real collector market. Your hands could hold this treasure. The story starts with curiosity, with noticing the unusual, with checking every coin carefully. You might be the next discoverer. Collectors obsess over blue tones. Mint errors, die chips, misstrikes, these are the keys to extraordinary value. Imagine finding one in your pocket, in your jar, in a forgotten collection, and realizing its potential. Heart races, excitement builds, because you know it could be worth millions. Blue color glimmers. Lighting catches every feather, every pine needle, every blade of grass. You study it, compare it, research it, and suddenly you understand. This is not just a quarter. It is a story, a legend, a potential fortune. Collectors dream about moments like this, searching jars for decades, finally discovering something rare, something extraordinary, something life-changing. This coin could be that discovery. $8,700,000 in mint error potential. Your discovery could make headlines, change your life. Experts verify, auctions list. Collectors bid, values skyrocket. The thrill is real, every tiny anomaly matters. Even a small die chip can make the difference. The blue color adds dramatic appeal, eye-catching, unmistakable. Collectors instantly recognize its uniqueness. Imagine seeing it under light. The turkey seems to fly off the coin. Long leaf pines create a majestic backdrop. Grass sways realistically. The artistry is remarkable. Every detail matters. Every feather, every blade, every element tells a story. And rare mistakes enhance the story. You could hold this story in your hand. A quarter with $8,700,000 potential, a treasure hidden among ordinary coins. Years of circulation cannot hide its beauty. Collectors would fight for it. Auction houses compete. The excitement is unmatched. Every coin has a history. And this one has an extraordinary tale, from design to die error. Every detail matters. Your eyes must notice. Your hands must check. Curiosity is your tool. Recognition creates wealth. Ignorance loses it. The Kisatchie quarter is your chance, your moment of discovery. To see a 25-cent coin as a multi-million-dollar treasure, the story is suspenseful. Collectors love suspense. Mystery adds value. Blue color enhances rarity. Die chips increase obsession. And you are watching this, so pay attention. Your next discovery could be here, waiting for you. A quarter that could change your life. Millions are possible. $8,700,000 in mint error potential. Hidden in plain sight. Ordinary collectors might miss it. But you won't. You are alert. You are curious. You see beyond ordinary. Beyond circulation, into hidden treasures. This is your chance. Your opportunity. Your moment to witness something extraordinary. A blue 2015 Kisatchie National Forest quarter. Ultra rare. Potentially life-changing. $8,700,000 mint error. Waiting for recognition. Waiting for discovery. Could it be in your collection? You never know until you check. Every coin matters. Every subtle detail matters. Your moment of discovery is now. Your eyes scan the blue quarter. The wild turkey seems alive. Every feather visible. Every detail mesmerizing. Collectors would pay millions to hold it. The long leaf pines in the background tell a story. Grass sways naturally, but focus on the turkey's feet. Die chips may be hiding. Tiny anomalies are gold to collectors. Mint errors create legends. $8,700,000 is possible in rare cases. Imagine that, a 25-cent coin worth millions. Your heart races. The excitement is palpable. You inspect it carefully. Every angle matters. Lighting changes perception. Blue color enhances its allure. Collectors obsess over toning, mint errors, die chips, misstrikes. These are keys to extraordinary value. Imagine discovering it in a jar, a forgotten collection. Years of circulation cannot hide its beauty. Experts verify. Auction houses take notice. Bidding wars begin. Values soar. $8,700,000 potential. Not fantasy, real collector world. Every subtle detail counts. Tiny anomalies can double value. Even minor misstrikes are sought. Blue tone creates instant recognition. Collectors compete fiercely. Social media buzz amplifies excitement. You might be the next headline. Collectors dream about moments like this. Searching for decades, finally discovering something rare. Something life-changing. The quarter is more than legal tender. It is history. It is art. It is a treasure. Your hands could hold it. Every feather matters. Every pine needle. Every blade of grass. Die chip near turkey's feet. A single anomaly can create fortune. Imagine seeing it in real life. Auctioneer calls attention. Experts authenticate. Bidders fight for it. Values skyrocket. Your discovery could inspire others. Collectors would envy you. $8,700,000 is possible. You could be part of a legendary story. Every coin has history. Most are ignored. But this one stands out. Blue color is dramatic. Mint errors enhance rarity. Die chips make it ultra rare. Your curiosity unlocks fortune. Collectors obsess over every element. Even a minor detail could be worth millions. Imagine sharing your find with the world. Suddenly your ordinary collection becomes extraordinary. Experts evaluate, auction houses compete. Bidding wars begin. $8,700,000 potential confirmed. The thrill is real. Your hands hold history. Your eyes recognize rarity. Your discovery inspires others. Imagine being the talk of collector communities. Social media shares amplify fame. Collectors line up, experts verify. Values increase exponentially. Every coin checked meticulously. Even tiny flaws are examined. Blue coloring enhances desirability. Die chips near turkey's feet increase value. Mint errors create obsession. Collectors chase legends. Your discovery could change your life. $8,700,000 mint error potential. Your hands hold the story. Your curiosity unlocked it. The quarter is alive with history. Every feather tells a tale. Every pine needle matters. Every blade of grass is essential. Collectors recognize subtle differences. They know potential instantly. Bidding escalates rapidly. Your quarter could become iconic. History unfolds with every discovery. Stories of rarity excite collectors. Millions are possible. The suspense is electric. Blue coloring makes it extraordinary. Die chips enhance rarity. Mint error transforms ordinary into legend. Imagine the auction room. Experts evaluate meticulously. Collectors compete fiercely. $8,700,000 is possible. Your discovery makes headlines. Collectors envy your find. Your story inspires others. Social media buzz spreads. The blue 2015 Kisatchie National Forest quarter becomes legendary. Ultra rare. Mint error. Die chip near turkey's feet. Blue color enhancing allure. $8,700,000 potential fortune. Your discovery could be your life-changing moment. Collectors obsess. Auction houses compete. Bidding wars begin. Values rise exponentially. History is in your hands. Your moment of discovery is now. The quarter waits for recognition. Hidden in your collection. Waiting to be noticed. Curiosity unlocks fortune. Attention to detail creates wealth. Collectors dream about this moment. You are experiencing it now. Blue quarter with life-changing potential. $8,700,000 mint error. Ultra rare. Legendary. Collectors compete fiercely. Every detail matters. Die chips near turkey's feet. Subtle differences. Blue toning. Mint error. All create fortune. Your hands hold history. Your eyes see rarity. Your moment is now. This is not fantasy. This is real. $8,700,000 mint error potential. Your discovery could change everything. Collectors obsess over every element, from feathers to grass blades. From pine needles to die chips, everything counts.
Look at these coins in my hand. They may look ordinary, but nothing about them is simple. Every coin tells a story of power, history, and value. On the left, the Georgia quarter. Red and black colors clash and glow. It is alive with energy. In the center, the Wilma Mankiller coin, blue brilliance, honoring a legend. The first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. At the end, the Colorado quarter. Black color hides a majestic secret. 3 coins, 1 hand. Infinite stories. Every detail matters. Every color speaks. Every curve is history. What seems like small change could be the most valuable thing you own. Stay with me, because what you are about to see will change the way you look at coins. Forever. Look at this coin in my hand. 1999 Georgia quarter. At first glance, ordinary, but it is anything but ordinary. Red and black colors clash. The peach blossom glows. The state outline emerges. This coin is alive. It is a collector's masterpiece. Every line sharp, every shadow deep. The arch appears majestic. Millions of quarters exist, but only a few survive like this. Enhanced, colored, alive. The red highlights energy. The black shadows mystery. Every glance hypnotizes. Every turn surprises. Imagine holding history in your hand. You feel the weight of legacy. Collectors search for coins like this. They recognize its value. The market pays high. Hundreds of dollars for rare editions. Some coins surpass $1,000. The red and black clash with intensity. The peach blossom appears alive. The arch is shadowed perfectly. Every detail crafted meticulously. You cannot ignore it. Your eyes are drawn instantly. This is not circulation money. This is a treasure. This is pride. This is art. It holds Georgia's essence. It carries history. The 50-state quarters program minted millions. But few like this exist. Collectors pay attention. They watch auctions closely. They search marketplaces. They recognize rare colors. Red and black are powerful. It is a statement piece. It is mesmerizing under light. It reflects colors dramatically. Every curve tells a story. Every shadow hints at rarity. You are holding more than metal. You are holding an experience, a conversation piece, a jewel hidden in plain sight. It could be framed, displayed, admired, passed down generations, or sold for a fortune. Collectors obsess over these. They will hunt tirelessly. They will pay extravagantly. The coin commands attention. It is hypnotic. It is unforgettable. Even showing it creates awe. Even a glance inspires pride. It is history alive. It is Georgia in your hand. It is extraordinary. It is vibrant. It is alive. Few understand it. Few appreciate it. Most overlook it. Most see only 25 cents. But you know better. You see the story. You see the hidden value. You see the fortune waiting. Collectors will pay. They will chase. They will offer more than you can imagine. This coin transcends time. It is a masterpiece. It holds prestige. It holds honor. It holds energy. It is a rare find. The red and black coloring is unique. It intensifies every detail. It magnifies its value. It creates awe instantly. The coin is alive in your hand. It reflects the sun. The light dances across its surface. The arch appears to move. The peach blossom glows. The outline of Georgia stands tall. This is not a common coin. This is a collector's gem. It could complete a collection, or be the highlight. It could attract envy. It could attract admiration. Collectors recognize its potential. They study it carefully. They assess every detail. They calculate its worth. They imagine selling it. They imagine owning it. They imagine sharing it with others. They imagine the prestige it brings. Some coins like this sell for hundreds. Some sell for thousands. The value grows yearly. Collectors obsessively track them. They analyze auctions. They search online. They seek colors and patterns. This coin is one of a few. It is exceptionally rare. It could be the missing piece or the centerpiece. Owning it is power. Owning it is prestige. Owning it is history. It connects past to present. It connects you to collectors. It connects you to art. It connects you to value. The red and black are striking. They command attention instantly. Your eyes cannot look away. Every angle shows new detail. Every angle shows depth. Every angle shows rarity. You feel the weight in your hand. You feel the pride in your heart. You feel the history of Georgia. It is not just a coin. It is a story, a masterpiece, a treasure, a hidden fortune. It whispers secrets of the past. It tells tales of collectors. It reveals the importance of detail. It shows how rare craftsmanship can elevate value. Collectors notice immediately. They admire. They envy. They seek to own. They understand the significance. This is no ordinary coin. It is extraordinary. It is enhanced to perfection. It is alive in your hand. The peach blossom glows with red intensity. The black shadows create mystery. The arch stands bold. The state outline dominates. The coin reflects its power. It radiates history. It exudes artistry. It mesmerizes the viewer. Collectors are drawn to it. They follow the market closely. They anticipate auctions. They prepare offers. They recognize its rarity. It is one of a few. It could fetch hundreds. It could fetch thousands. It could become priceless. It could be the jewel of a collection. It could be the center of admiration. Holding it feels powerful. Viewing it feels exhilarating. Sharing it creates envy. Owning it brings prestige. It is history. It is art. It is fortune. Look at this coin in my hand. It is not just a coin. It is history. It is power. It is legacy. The blue shines brilliantly. Every detail is visible. Every shadow tells a story. This is the 2022 Wilma Mankiller Quarter. Part of the American Women Quarters program, it honors a trailblazer, the first female principal, chief of the Cherokee Nation. Her legacy is engraved here. The coin reflects respect. The coin reflects honor. Collectors immediately recognize its value. The blue coloring enhances every detail. It brings depth. It brings life. The profile of Wilma Mankiller is strong. It conveys strength. It conveys resilience. It is a tribute. It is more than metal. It is a statement. It is a masterpiece. The minting was precise. Every line sharp. Every curve perfect. The background contrasts beautifully. The blue dominates. It mesmerizes the viewer. It draws eyes instantly. Collectors are intrigued. They see the rarity. They see the potential fortune. It is not a common quarter. It is enhanced for collectors. It is enhanced for admiration. It is enhanced for history. The coin could fetch hundreds. It could fetch thousands. It could be the centerpiece of a collection. It could be the highlight of a display. The Cherokee symbols are clear. They are subtle, yet powerful. They represent heritage. They represent identity. They tell stories of leadership. They tell stories of courage. The coin is a tribute to women. It is a tribute to visionaries. It is a tribute to changemakers. Collectors understand its importance. They feel the significance. They calculate its market value. They imagine the demand. They anticipate auctions. They know the blue color adds rarity. They know the minting is precise. They know the story behind the coin elevates its value. Every angle reveals new detail. Every light reflects differently. The blue changes subtly. It glimmers. It captivates. It is a conversation starter. It is a collector's dream. Holding it feels powerful. Displaying it feels prestigious. Sharing it creates fascination. The coin is alive in your hand. The history of Wilma Mankiller flows through it. Her image inspires respect. Her accomplishments echo. The Cherokee Nation legacy is honored. The American Women Quarters program shines here. It celebrates leadership. It celebrates courage. It celebrates firsts. Collectors follow these coins intensely. They seek them eagerly. They value them highly. They trade them strategically. The coin is a jewel. It is unique. It is a masterpiece. It is rare. It is extraordinary. The blue color dominates. It contrasts with the silver base. It elevates the coin's visual impact. It increases collector demand. It enhances market value. It signals rarity. It signals prestige. The coin is not just for circulation. It is for admiration. It is for display. It is for legacy. It is for fortune. Collectors see its potential. They imagine future auctions. They imagine competitive bidding. They imagine high-value offers. It could fetch hundreds. It could fetch thousands.